Picture this. You're staring at a metal box filled with wires and blinking lights. It looks like something from a sci-fi movie, right? But this is no fictional device. It's an Enigma machine, one of the most advanced encryption devices of its time. And you're about to see how it was cracked. It all happened here in Bletchley Park, England during the Second World War. This house is just one of many where teams of brilliant mathematicians and cryptographers work tirelessly to crack the seemingly unbreakable codes generated by the Enigma machine. These brave men and women were known as code breakers, and they played a critical role in shortening the war and saving countless lives. But who was leading these teams of code breakers? Who was behind the incredible feat of cracking the Enigma code? Meet Alan Turing, a name synonymous with genius and innovation. In fact, he was so instrumental in breaking the Enigma code that some historians believe the war would have lasted another 2 years without him. So let's get to know the man behind the legend. Turing was born on June 23, 1912 in London, England. From an early age, he displayed exceptional intelligence and a passion for mathematics and logic. He attended King's College, Cambridge, where he received his bachelor's degree in 1934 and his doctorate in 1936. During his time at Cambridge, he published several groundbreaking papers on mathematical theory, including his famous paper on the XIII, which explored the limits of formal systems. In 1937, Turing joined the team of codebreakers at Bletchley Park after the British government realized the urgency of decrypting German communications. His contributions quickly made him indispensable, and his reputation as a genius grew. Tragically, however, his life was cut short when he died in 1954 at the age of 51. So what exactly did Turing do at Bletchley Park? How did he manage to crack the Enigma code? First, let's talk about the Enigma machine itself. This mechanical device used a series of rotors to encrypt messages. By pressing a letter on the keyboard, a different letter would appear on the output, making it look like a jumble of random characters to anyone who intercepted it. With 150 million possible settings, it seemed nearly impossible to decode. Turing and his team faced numerous challenges in their quest to break the Enigma code. The Germans changed the settings daily, and any mistake could compromise the operation. Additionally, the code breakers had to contend with the ever-present threat of detection from the Germans. But despite these challenges, Turing and his team persevered. One of the most significant breakthroughs came when the Polish government in exile provided the British with a copy of the Enigma machine and a list of some of the settings used by the Germans. Using this information, Turing and his team were able to develop a machine called the bomb, which could test thousands of Enigma settings in minutes. This was a crucial step towards breaking the code because it allowed the code breakers to focus on specific settings that yielded meaningful results. But even with the help of the bomb machine, breaking the Enigma code was a daunting task. The Germans were constantly changing the settings, and the code breakers had to stay one step ahead of them. To accomplish this, Turing and his team implemented a process known as crib, which involved feeding the machine with potential messages and analyzing the output. When the Germans changed the settings, the crib method helped the codebreakers to identify the new code and decrypt the messages. In addition to the technical challenges, the codebreakers at Bletchley Park also faced social and psychological hurdles. Many of them were amateurs who had no experience in cryptography or mathematics. Additionally, the work was often tedious and frustrating, and the codebreakers had to maintain a high level of concentration for long periods of time. Despite these challenges, the team at Bletchley Park, including Alan Turing, remained dedicated to their mission. They worked tirelessly to improve their methods and machines, and their hard work paid off. Thanks to their efforts, the British were able to intercept and decode many German messages, which gave them valuable insights into enemy movements and plans. This information helped the Allies to plan their own operations, and ultimately led to the defeat of the Germans. To put into perspective just how important Turing's work was, historian Andrew Hodges estimates that breaking the Enigma code saved approximately 14 million lives. If the Germans had been able to keep their communications secure, the war could have dragged on for several more years, resulting in even greater loss of life. The impact of Turing's work cannot be overstated. Beyond the military implications, Turing's methods and theories also had a profound impact on the field of computer science. In fact, the bomb machine is widely considered to be one of the earliest computers ever built. It was a programmable machine that could perform complex calculations and execute algorithms, laying the foundation for modern computing. Turing's contributions to computer science are evident in the widespread use of his name and likeness in the tech industry. For example, the famous Turing Award, which is considered to be the Nobel Prize of Computer Science, is named in his honor. Despite his immense contributions, Turing's legacy has been tarnished by the tragic circumstances surrounding his death. In 1952, he was arrested for engaging in a homosexual relationship, which was illegal at the time. Rather than continuing to fight for his freedom, Turing chose to take his own life, leaving behind a world that had yet to fully appreciate his genius. Fortunately, Turing's legacy has been rehabilitated in recent decades, and he is now celebrated as a hero of computer science and a pioneer of artificial intelligence. In 2009, the British government issued a public apology for the way Turing was treated, and in 2013, he was posthumously awarded a royal pardon. Today, Turing's story continues to inspire people around the world. His bravery, intelligence, and dedication to his work serve as a reminder of the incredible things that can be accomplished when we push the boundaries of what we thought possible. Now let's move on to our last section. Can you imagine a world without computers or the internet? It's hard to believe that just a few decades ago, these technologies were only a glimmer in the eyes of a few brilliant minds. Turing's work paved the way for the digital age, and without him, we might still be relying on typewriters and rotary phones. But Turing wasn't the only one who contributed to this technological revolution. There were countless other codebreakers and scientists who worked tirelessly to push the boundaries of what was possible. And that is why it is important to remember that history is full of unsung heroes whose contributions may not be widely known, but are no less important. Take, for example, the Navajo code talkers who played a critical role in the Pacific theater of World War II. These Navajo soldiers transmitted coded messages that were impossible for the Japanese to decipher, helping the Allies to win key battles. Or consider the women of the Manhattan Project who worked as human computers, performing complex calculations that helped develop the first atomic bomb. Their contributions were essential to the project's success, but they often went unrecognized. These are just a few examples of the many unsung heroes of history, and their stories, along with those of many others, are waiting to be discovered. So if you're interested in learning more about the hidden figures who have shaped our world, be sure to stay tuned. Thanks for joining us on this journey through time and discovery. If you enjoyed this episode and want to see more, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. We've got a ton of other videos that are sure to blow your mind. And if you want to learn more about Alan Turing and his incredible contributions to computer science, check out the additional resources provided. Before we go, though, we'd love to hear your thoughts. What surprised you the most about Alan Turing's story? And what do you think his legacy would be like if he hadn't been persecuted for his sexuality? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, sharing is caring. So be sure to spread the love by hitting the like button and sharing it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.